Hello, my homies. One smart cat playing the Horus Heresy Legions TCG trading card game. Now, let me start off with saying that this is a game that's been out for a while. I played it for a couple of years, like daily. I would play this game, and they've added a bunch of stuff to it, and it's a lot like Spellslingers. It's a lot like Hearthstone and stuff like that, in the sense that you get a commander, and the kind of commander that you have dictates what kind of cards you're able to use and like all that stuff. And every single commander has a different ability and such. And I want to give you an idea of what the game is, and I want to just basically do an introduction to it, and then I'm gonna do some gameplay with it. But the base introduction to start off with is the tabletop game that most people play right now is Warhammer 40k, Warhammer 40,000. It's part of the same universe, but this is a long time before like the 40,000 part. So it is still Warhammer, but this is obviously the Horus Heresy part of the timeline. If you don't know anything about Warhammer whatsoever, the very skim notion of what you need to know is there was a emperor, the leader of mankind, who created Primarchs, which were basically like his sons that would control different legions, some of which you can see here. Like this is like the Sons of Horus, World Eaters, Emperor's Children's. Each of these was a legion, and they all had like very specific things to their independent legions, and they were all sent out all over the universe to reconquer it for mankind. Well, eventually Horus, the guy that was the Primarch for the Sons of Horus, a whole bunch of crazy shit happens. But eventually Horus decides to lead a rebellion against his other Primarchs and against the Emperor himself. Very, very bare minimum. There's so much more to that. But in regards to the game, one of the cool things about this game is that there are the factions of the different people that were in the Horus Heresy. So all of these people are the traitors, all of these people are the loyalists, these are some people that were unaligned, and these are the neutral factions. And neutral is like in quotations because like there's good and bad people from the Imperial, good and bad people from Mechanicum, mostly bad people from Chaos. But what I wanted to get into with this introduction, and what's one of the really cool things about this game, is whenever you start off playing the game, you need to pick a legion, and each of these legions handles very different from any of the other ones, and each of them is going to have like their own independent video. Like basically the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to pick a legion, I'm going to make a deck from their cards, and then I'm going to do some games with it because they're all like very, very, very different. Another thing that you need to know, so let's say you know, all the legions are unlocked for everybody, and you can get cards for any of them. Whenever you open a deck, we can open one of them real quick right here. We'll open up. This one can give us cards from any legion whatsoever. So like we do that, and it will give you it for anybody. So this is for the word bearers. I do have a lot of cards from the set back when I used to play. So like this card's for the word bearers. That one's for the Emperor's Children's. Hey, that's a new one. I don't have that one. Ooh. Oh, that's really cool. So what we just got right here, this is one of the warlords. Whenever you pick whatever legion you want to play, you need to have a warlord for that legion to even play that legion. If you don't have a warlord for it, which would basically be like your commander, then you can't use that legion. Like the Legion needs to have a Warlord. I do have a Warlord for every single Legion. I don't have all the Warlords for every single Legion, but I do have at least one Warlord for each Legion, so I can use whatever deck I want. And then we got another, this is for the Raven Guard. Hey, we actually got a couple decks, or a couple cards that I actually don't have. The fact that we got a new Warlord is pretty cool. So, going from there, if you wanted to make a deck, I used to have a whole bunch of decks in here. I deleted all of them because I wanted to start fresh and brand new. So let's just say, you know, if we're making a new deck, these are all the Warlords that I have. And like I said, I have at least one Warlord for every single faction, so I can make whatever faction I want. You know, some of them I have more than others. Like for these guys, all three of these people are all Death Guards, or Warlords for the Death Guard. Mortarion, this guy, this is, you know, the rarest of the cards. It has 4 little lights and it's gold. This guy is actually the Primarch for the Death Guard. Like, this is like the guy. So, you know, having him, I could use him to make a deck. And yeah, so these are all Warlord cards that I currently have and that I can make decks from. So you would pick one of them. We'll go ahead and pick the one that I've already made a deck for. This is just to, you know, show you what's going on. So they all have their own ability. Like this guy, Garviel, he gets to start the game with an extra card, and he can spend 2 energy, that's what that little lightning bolt is, to do 2 damage to whoever he wants to. They do have different starting attacks, and they do have different starting health. The way that you win the game is by getting your opponent's Warlord's health to 0. So they can have different health, you know, different guys have different health. Some of them have different strength. Most of them are at 2 though. And they all have like different abilities. Like this guy's 0 energy. Your next card this turn costs 1 less. They have different initiatives. Like this guy has medium and this guy has high. So if I have a deck with him and I play against somebody that has a deck with him, I'm always going to go first because I have high initiative and the other guy has medium. So we would pick this guy, but we're not going to do that right now because I've already made a deck for him. That's a deck that I already have. It is right here. So this video is going to be a little bit longer because I'm explaining stuff, but all the rest of the videos, they'll probably start off like pretty much like on this screen of me like showing what my deck is with the independent people. So like I said, each of the Warlords do have different stuff that they're able to do, but like not only that, each of the legions do different things. So we are going to do the Sons of Horus on this one, and the thing that these guys have going on more than anybody else is this little green symbol right here. That's a drop pod symbol. So they have a lot of cards that will give their characters the drop pod, and you essentially come in, when you play the card, your card comes in like a little drop pod that has it can take up to 2 damage, and it's basically like a 2 damage shield for whenever it comes out. It absorbs damage until it blows it up, or until the card's next turn the drop pod opens up and then you can use them normally. So I have used the great majority of like specifically the Sons of Horus cards. That's all these cards that have green. You can supplement your deck with chaos cards that's what these little red circles are. A lot of chaos cards. Mechanicum cards, which are these guys. And the military cards, which are these guys. And those are the neutral cards. The Imperial Army, the Mechanicum, and the Chaos cards. Any one of these other guys, the traitors, the loyalists, the unaligned, any one of these can use their specific cards, like, you know, the Sons of Horus, the World Eaters, the Emperor's Children. They can use their specific Legion's cards, and then also any of the cards from the neutral factions. So, the deck that I have right now, it's mostly Sons of Horus cards, because the way that I'm going to try to make these decks, I'm going to try to make them with primarily the cards of their specific Legion. And then if I need any supplements, then I'll throw in, you know, a couple of Imperium cards or Mechanicum cards, you know, just if I need to round out the deck. But yeah, so this is the deck that I have right here. I can tell you some of the keywords from going through this real fast. So there are another thing that whenever it comes to like kind of basing it on Spellslinger is there are trap cards and there are spell cards, like in quotations. They're called tactic cards in this game. And basically I have 20 troops and 10 tactics, kind of along the same way that I would build off like a regular Spellslinger deck. Because regularly on Spellslinger, I would do the same thing. I'd have like 20 creatures and then 10 other cards, you know, whatever the others would be. So this is one of the tactic cards. In the top corner, it shows how much energy it is to use them. And like this one, it says what it says right there. I'm trying to see if there's any keywords that we need to know. You know, a bunch of them do damage, a bunch of them will attack. So frontline, the keyword frontline, anything that has frontline, people need to attack the frontline cards before they attack anything else. So it's kind of like, you know, putting a target on them. They need to attack them first. These guys have front lines. There's a cultist. That's just an ability that this cultist has. Whenever it attacks one of the warlords, you get a taint card, which is just another card that has drop pod, draw 2 cards. So this gives you a shield. The shields stay active, and they'll take not a round of damage, they'll take an instant of damage. So if something hits you for 1 damage, it'll break the shield. If something hits you for 7 damage, it will break the shield. Either way, it's just like an instant of damage that it covers. That's 4 energy. It'll put out another card. Unstoppable is able to attack. It dismisses the frontline thing. So if there's a frontline card and you have somebody that has unstoppable, they can completely disregard the frontline. They can attack whoever they want to. Flank, whenever this card comes out, it can attack the turn that it comes out, but it cannot attack the warlord, the opponent's warlord. So if they have, you know, other base people on the floor, it can come out and it can attack them. Unstoppable. Resolution happens at the end of your turn. There's 2 of them. There's resolution and there's something else. One of them happens at the end of your turn. One of them happens at the start of your turn. I think resolution is at the end of your turn. So that happens every time at the end of the turn. Drop pod. Cleave is you pick your target, and on to the left and to the right of your target, they also take 4 damage because this is cleave 4. There's also cleave 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, so on and so forth. Yep. So that's all the keywords for this deck. I'm gonna say let's go ahead and jump into a match, and you know, I'll explain how it goes. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory whenever it comes down to it. Like I said, you get your commander that's in the middle. Like, that's our commander right there. The energy is over here on the side. Let's see, what do we got? We have a tactic to deal damage, front line. That is a pretty good starting. We'll start with this.
For the Emperor!
Honor and death.
So there's a lot of talkiness. There's all kinds of stuff. You could talk to your other people. These are the energies. They go up by 1 every turn, just like in Spellslinger.
Courage not fail us in battle.
Let's go ahead and put out this guy. He has frontline. Now, your commander, you could either have, if you have enough the energy points, you can use your ability, or you can literally attack with him. Either or. Let's see what this guy's able to do. Okay, so he just did Bastion, which is basically he has like a little shield in front of him now. So this guy can spend 2 energy until, hey man, stop attacking me. I'm trying to read your card. So this guy can spend 2 energy until your next turn, gain +1, +0, and increase the cost of this ability by 1. He can act again. Okay, so he can buff himself. Good to know. Alright, so let's use our ability to shoot that man. And then we'll use our tactic to shoot that man again. We don't want him to have anything else on the field. So that's his main guy. This is my main guy. He did start off with more health than me. If he gets to 0, if I get to 0, then that's the end of the game. Alright. We have 4 mana. Unstoppable. Without a thing. Let's get this beefy boy out here. And whenever you attack, they hit each other at the same time. So if I swing at him right now, I'll do 2 damage to him and he'll do 3 damage to me. So that's not a great trade on that one. We'll wait for that. Let's see, we got 5 mana. This guy's a 5/5, and we can use 1 energy to do 3 damage. We have drop pods. I think I want more shit on the field. Let's do... We'll put out this. Put out this that comes out with the drop pod. And what is this guy's ability? He has absorbs up to 2x damage except when attacking. He can spend 3 energy to do 3 damage. Let's hit him in the face. Alright, so we both have 23 health now. We still have him as a 5/1. So if you use your ability, like if he does that deal 3 damage, then he won't be able to attack. You could either use your people to like physically attack, or you can use their ability. So he used his ability. The reason he was able to use his ability and attack is because he has that can act again at the end of his thing. Let's spend 2 to shoot this guy. That'll get rid of his thing, and then we'll get him to swing on him. That gets rid of both of them. We'll get him to swing on him. That's 5 damage. He's gonna die. And I mean, that grenade's not really gonna do much. We'll end up turning on that one. But we did clear his people and we hurt him a bit, so that's good. Ooh. So he has 2 of those. That's scary. Let's... So Market Chaos basically gives you a random upgrade. And if you get 4 Marks of Chaos, they actually transform into a demon. Which is pretty cool. Rally, give +2/+1 for each friendly group with Chaos. Alright, so let's go ahead and put out this. Let's do this. Throw a grenade at all of them. And they have fortifications, so I need to attack them first. Which I'm not going to do. So we'll just end our turn on that one. The decks are 30 card decks. Also like in Spellslinger. So both of these have fortifications, or not fortifications, what are they called? Frontline, which means, ooh. Oh man, he just got a bunch of shit. So 3 things have frontline. And whenever he put this out, he made these turrets. So these turrets are randomly going to hit me at the start of his turn. That's not good. Okay, he got rid of a bunch of his cards. That's helpful. Frontline, gain +1/+1 whenever another friendly troop receives a Mark of Chaos. 5, 6, 7. I mean, we need to blow up one of these. Because those are going to hit us relentlessly. So we'll put this guy out. You shot me out of my cage. Yeah, see, so like I said, the different legions have different things. Like this guy's part of the Imperial Fists, and their whole deal is like building up barricades and fortresses and like, you know, impregnable like fortresses, you know, that people can't get into. So, you know, his deck is, you know, putting stuff out that has frontline, putting out turrets. What was that? That thing just came out and shot me. Yeah, so rally is whenever you put a card out. So that thing showed up and it shot my guy for 3. I mean, our best course of action right now, I feel like I need to shoot that thing again. Because it's just going to do damage randomly. And then we'll have him swing at that. Because that has the front line in order to get rid of it. How much do we have left? We still have 7 left. 4, 5, 6, 7. Put him out. Alright, cool. So he got a +1/+1, and he got poisonous. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah, but this game, like I said, I played the shit out of this game. I love the different art styles. I love the fact that there's so many different legions. Ouchie. Deal 2 damage to 3 random enemies. The fact that there's like so many different legions, and each of the different legions does different shit. Like there's a lot of different nuances to being able to like make decks and shit, which is pretty fucking cool. Uh, 8, 9, 10. Drop pod. 7 frontline. I can kill this. I need to put that frontline thing out, because if not, then they're gonna kill me. I'll put this out. I can do 2 damage to that. So if he plays this right, I think he could kill me on this turn. If he swings that to there. How did he blow that guy up? So I think he had a card that said destroy enemy unit, this costs 1 less for as much damage you've been taking or something. Something like that. I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of the gist. And so that was the Sons of Horus, and that's what their kind of deck goes. In this video, I'm probably just going to do that one. I don't care that I lost. It's whatever. I'm going to do that one. That was just like how to, you know, show what the game is and show all the other stuff. On the next video that I'm going to do, I don't think I'm going to like do these in order. I am going to do all of them. But I mean, for the next one, I'll probably just do World Eaters just to like have some sort of continuity. I don't know. We'll see what I decide to do. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet. But yeah, so that was the Sons of Horus. That was like an introduction to this game. I'm definitely gonna do a couple of them. Let me know if you guys enjoy it or not. Either way, I'm gonna do a couple of them. But that's the Sons of Horus. These are the guys that they come in their drop pods, and there's different ways to use their drop pods. And yeah, these are some of their cards. I'll scroll through them so you can look at some of the arts. There are gold versions of cards, which that was like a recent update. See, like these are the gold versions. Yeah, I mean, this game's still active. I mean, that game that I just played was a ranked game, and like pretty much right whenever I clicked on play, like it found a game. So people are still very much playing this game. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'll make a brand new deck with a brand new legion, and you know, have some fun. So hopefully I'll see you in another one of my videos. Woo!